Building a knowledge-based economy using IT was the theme of the 2014 Nigeria Computer Society Conference. The forum, which was, as usual, a gathering of all IT practitioners and students in Nigeria, has as one of its outcomes a need for a deliberate investment in knowledge infrastructure as a first step towards building a knowledge economy.
Oftentimes in public forums, the term knowledge economy is glossed over by many, with few paying the needed attention to what the term connotes. BusinessDictionary.com captures knowledge economy as economy based on creating, evaluating, and trading knowledge. It adds, in a knowledge economy, labor costs become progressively less important, and traditional economic concepts such as scarcity of resources and economies of scale cease to apply. In other words, it is an economy that is driven by skills and innovation. Getting Nigeria's economy on the knowledge map was the focus of IT professionals at the 2014 conference of the Nigeria Computer Society.
What I would just advise is for government to make use of these experts that are available in quanta in our land. Particularly if you look through the attendees of this conference, you also notice that these attendees are highly qualified people, particularly professors, high-level consultants of international standard, and quite a number of people who are into training.
The 25th in the series served as platform for stakeholders in the IT sector to evaluate Nigeria's current position on the Global Knowledge Index, highlight various initiatives designed to improve knowledge asset, and profess solutions to challenges of attaining global competitiveness using information technology.
What is important is about building the future. And I know that you cannot compete in the future without education. And you can't talk about education today without ICT. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. So for me, investment about the future is far more critical and fundamental than what we do today. And that was what we did. You can't talk about knowledge today. You cannot talk about modern economy today without ICT. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. If they're part of the engine. You know, in an engine of a car, there's so many components that makes it work. They are critical components of that engine that will drive the process. And that is what I saw, and that is what I believe, and that is what I invested in.
The culture of innovation, the culture of entrepreneurship, those two things have led to the setting up of two knowledge parks. The first in Calabar, which is the TKC, Tinapa Knowledge Park. We're turning that whole complex into a world-class IT park that will house a research center, software engineering center, incubation center, all of which are geared towards building the culture of innovation, turning our young boys and girls who are learning computer science into big players in the economy, the building companies.
Although Nigeria boasts of a youthful population of about 70%, vast arable farmland, and huge natural resources, speakers at the conference posited that future economic success will increasingly depend on the ability of Nigerians to deal with a new international order that is knowledge-based and extremely competitive. They added that there is still a big digital divide within the country, as broadband penetration, globally recognized as one of the key drivers of a knowledge economy, remains low.
The Ministry of Comtech has been doing a lot. It's commendable that they're doing a lot in extending broadband in Nigeria.
While government is urged to increase broadband access, information security experts at the conference urged improved commitment towards securing our sovereignty and the physical space as well as the cyberspace.
Thinking of the security issue in this economy is forward thinking and looking at, okay, we have this, how can we protect ourselves? Because whenever there's something good, there's inevitably abuse, because some people will try to abuse that thing. There must be a deliberate effort for innovation within our schools, within our offices, research centers, think tanks, there must be a deliberate effort for this, for the knowledge economy to thrive.
IT can play a massive role. If you look at the top 25 people in the world, you find out that IT-related people are amongst the highest. The richest man in the world today is an IT practitioner. The 4, the 6, the 7, the 8 are all IT professionals. You have more billionaires in IT than any other profession in the world.
Speakers also highlighted the role of governments at all levels in the march towards a knowledge economy.
First of all, I think it's good that they will establish some policies which will help the companies building those data centers in the right way. In Europe, we know that when you build a data center, you have certain policies like BREEAM or like LEED that can help you with environmental sustainability. Secondly, they can make a law for the materials that we use in the data center, like the FM200, which is still not good for the outside world.
It is possible for us to introduce and focus more on the concept of accountability as opposed to transparency only. So we are saying essentially develop processes using technology that allow people to have 100% access to information, and that information is to be used to hold people accountable in the public and private sector for whatever it is that those funds are meant for.
Great presentations, you may say, but beyond words, the attainment of a knowledge-based economy begins with an implementation of a knowledge development strategy, which requires a vision, strong coordination at the top level of government, and a participatory approach to mobilize the population to back the needed reforms. We hope these deliberations can help Nigeria imagine a new kind of development strategy with a hope and innovation-driven model at its very heart.